I enjoy my work at the Kalamazoo Literacy Council as its Executive Director and Chief Literacy Advocate every day, because every day a difference is made for the adult learners that we serve.
So my role as Marketing and Fund Development Manager is to really manage the communications to a number of our different audiences. So when we talk to adult learners, when we talk to donors, when we talk to volunteers, it's my job, part of my job, to make sure that we're telling a cohesive story and a story that compels people to want to get involved in some capacity. Well, I'm a child of an educator, first and foremost. So I've always had a passion for education. And I actually became involved with the Literacy Council many years ago in a different capacity in marketing. And I took the Literacy Advocate training with Michael. And I was so moved at how he told the story of the KLC's mission. I was so touched by the passion that he brought to the message and some of the stories that I heard.
My name is Michael Evans. I'm the Executive Director and Chief Literacy Advocate of the Kalamazoo Literacy Council, and I've been here for 13 years serving the organization, the Literacy Council, whose mission is to support the advancement of learners to improve their reading, writing, spelling, and comprehension skills. So we are here for those adults in our community who have real literacy and language needs, and they want to be able to improve them. I was first excited by the idea of literacy because, first of all, as a mission, I could not find a better one. But also, there's something that's unique about literacy. It first being a root solution to almost every problem that you can imagine, whether anything from low income, academic, attainment, or health, or almost anything. There's literacy could be a solution to it. The second thing that's incredibly exciting is that literacy is a permanent solution to many of those types of challenges. So think about it. You can fall in and out of employment, in and out of health, and in and out of several different types of circumstances. But literacy is something that once you have it, short of some traumatic brain injury or some other type of event, it is something that you're going to have for the rest of your life. And you can pass it along to those who follow you in your household. So it's a permanent solution and can be the root solution to many community challenges. I love that type of thing.
So my job, in addition to managing communications, is also to manage a number of special events that we do. So on an annual basis, we have about 5 or 6 different sort of signature events that we put on. And then there are other events that we have with our partners throughout the year. One in particular is called Kalamazoo Scrabble Fest, and that is our largest fundraiser that we've been doing for the past 13 years now. It's a blast. It's obviously literacy based, but there's also a great deal of fun that people have when they come to participate in Kalamazoo Scrabble Fest. So we look forward to that every year. We also hold a volunteer appreciation event as well as a donor appreciation and recognition event. We'd love to do that because that gives us an opportunity to showcase the stories of our learners and our volunteers. And it also helps us demonstrate to our donors the impact that their support has on the organization. So we work with a number of English language learners, and they come to us at many different levels. Some of them are not proficient in their home country in literacy, so there's an initial struggle in addition to having to overcome the hurdle of learning a whole different language. So fortunately, we have an ESL of Southwest Michigan program that employs really talented instructors and volunteers, people that are trained by us and trained through professional development in their own careers to work with those lower level learners and to really help them understand not just the words that are on the page, but what they mean.
My name is Vicki Conson, and I am a teacher of English as a second language for the Kalamazoo Literacy Council. What I try to do is to vary my activities as far as whether if they involve more auditory or more visual or more kinesthetic. At the same time, you do some things that are easy and some things that are more difficult. You can teach, you can present, do the presentation, do the pre-teaching, like go over some of the vocabulary you think is going to be difficult, do your presentation of the lesson, and then you practice it. So you can vary the activities and take the same thing you just did, but do it in a different way. And it's not boring because it's something new. You're using what you used, what you learned, you're using it. And it might be like having a matching activity or fill in the blanks, or maybe it's just having to interview your partner with the same things that you just filled out the form yourself. And now you're going to ask them, you know.
Kalamazoo Literacy Council and all of its partners in adult learning, we are making a statistical difference. Each year serving more learners better and pointing them in the direction where they are able to be able to reach their individual goals, whether they're academic, professional, or personal. We've seen every year that as we brought more people in, that they are able to achieve those goals much more quickly and be able to show up in statistics in ways that start to matter. So for example, it used to be that the number of adults in 25 and over that didn't have a GED, there was over 14,000 of adults 25 and over throughout Kalamazoo County. At the last census records that they took, that is down to 10,000, or actually more precisely, 9,999. There has been a collective effort around adult learning. These are the GED programs, the ESL programs, programs like ours, community college, all focused on reducing those rates. So we are making a statistical difference. We know that if we are within our organization able to serve 1,250 each year very well, it will eventually get to that 0% that we're looking at.
Teaching ESL is not a job, it's a joy. And for me, I've always been interested in other cultures, other people, other languages. And so it's sort of natural for me to be drawn to it. And just meeting people from all over the world and learning so much from them about their country, about their language, and about their lives. It's so interesting. And I try to create a community in the classroom where they kind of get to know each other and they feel like a support group. If you're doing something you love, you never work a day in your life. So if you can, follow your bliss, and that will make you happy. You look forward to going to work.
For a second.
Okay.
You're going to edit this part out? No, you're going to put that on the show. Okay. Does that sound like my voice?